Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. I should stop banging on the desk, on the table. What's going on? We are here live after Survivor Series. I have Ella J, Muscle Man, Malcolm here. And we're going to chat about Survivor Series because what? A major return? R-Truth.
Steal a page on a Triple H's book.
Thoughts? What do we think? Because we found that out when we were in the press conference.
About R-Truth? I know.
No, about CM Punk. We're talking about CM Punk, of course. He has returned to the WWE in Chicago. And maybe he stopped by Mindy's Bakery to get some.
That's the one thing we didn't do.
Yeah, that's the one thing we didn't do. We got to go to Mindy's. Thoughts?
CM Punk, I didn't believe it. Even when somebody said it in the press conference, I didn't believe it until I pulled it up on Peacock myself and I saw CM Punk for myself. I think I speak for a lot of us. I was like 95% certain he was not showing up today. Makes sense though that it was a last minute thing, that it was, I guess a deal was finalized earlier today. So it makes sense that it'd be a last minute surprise. A lot of people weren't expecting him to. So yeah,
we were pretty much joking about it. That was like, it was the butt of the joke all weekend.
Especially for him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We just really were joking around about it. Like, obviously, we were expecting the Chicago crowd to start CM Punk chants. And, of course, they were booing as well. But, yeah, it was the butt of the joke. And when we were in the press conference and someone said, oh, my God, CM Punk came back. Because everyone was watching. Because, like, you know, they get us in early, so we kind of miss a little bit.
We missed CM. So we were just saying this. We saw CM Punk as we were in the press conference. We didn't get to see him come out. Somebody had said that Punk returned, like, on their screen. And then we didn't believe it at first until I was one of the people who pulled it up on my own Peacock app to see it. We didn't believe it, even though somebody said it.
There's a little TV in the side, and everyone's, like, watching on their phones with Peacock just to make sure that nothing, if we miss anything. And Punk came back. We all thought somebody was joking, and they were not. And it was pretty wild.
Yeah. Good night, Kaden.
Good night.
Yeah, we're still reading a lot of the news that came out about Drew and Seth and all of that. We're still catching up on stuff because we missed a lot of that.
Oh, yeah, with the stuff with Seth and Michael Cole had to hold back Seth Rollins. So shout out to Michael Cole. Truly the GOAT. But
Malcolm, you were the one on Twitter who said you saw CM Punk.
You did. He saw CM Punk downtown and it was trending. Yeah, on Thanksgiving. So technically Malcolm was correct. But
your lie turned out to be a lie of you lying. Turned out to be the truth.
Are you taking an oath of silence right now?
Who are you?
I have something to say.
Okay, who are you?
Go off. Malcolm has something
to say. I would like to
say
that Survivor Series, in my opinion, was much like this wrapper in my hand, an ice cream sandwich. See, an ice cream sandwich is made up of 3 components that equal to something quite lovely. The top part was the speculation of what would happen tonight, of if Randy Orton would actually come out, if CM Punk would actually return, and all the matches in between. Speculation of Miz actually had what it would take to beat Gunther. The middle of it was the anticipation of being in the arena and seeing it happen in front of your eyes. The Miz actually had a good wrestling match. Randy Orton did return at the end of the match. And then obviously CM Punk. And then the bottom one was shock of all of our faces when we saw the great return of the one and the only R-Truth.
Yeah, that was a happy surprise.
It was. I also saw Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon was also there. For people that don't know,
yeah,
she was there.
Yeah.
Oh, but she wasn't there.
She was there.
Wyatt,
she was
Wyatt.
There in spirit, I guess.
No, she legit walked past us.
Wait, what?
And
I've said this. You guys just think I lie when I talk.
Well, there was
I was being serious.
Big old picture of her in the hallway of the arena, so I thought that was her.
No, she legit walked past us.
Oh, that's so nice. We love to see it.
She actually said, "Hi, Malcolm. You're so amazing."
that part's a lie.
You weren't paying attention.
All right. Anyway, let's review a little bit of Survivor Series. Let's start with the women's match. Fantastic match. I
War
loved it. I mean, it
Games.
was match of
Yeah.
the night for me with the WarGames match with Team Bianca and Team Damage Control. Bailey got the pin.
Which is what I thought it was going to be. Bailey takes the pin or Shotzi takes the pin. So it went one way that I think a lot of us were expecting. And there's been a lot of, like, even in the program, I pointed it out yesterday on Twitter, all of Damage Control members are together on that program except for Bailey, who's 16 pages before them.
Mm-hmm.
And in Asuka's picture on the program, there's a photo of her wrestling, beating up Bailey. So I thought that was very telling. So
And Asuka keeps teasing about Bailey on Twitter as well. So
yeah.
we'll probably see a little fallout, a little more tension from Damage Control on SmackDown. But Team Bianca looking real strong.
Yeah.
And also Becky Lynch and Charlotte with the ultimate hug of the night.
Yeah.
That was so sweet.
Also, Io Sky with the trash can off of
my
the
God.
top.
With the chain too.
Classic.
Bianca had 2 braids.
She did.
Yeah, she did. And she
Whooping
weaponized that
Can
very
I
well.
Can I say words that I'm not allowed to say?
Whooping some fucking ass.
She whooped Handy arse.
She did. She did great. Like, just the callback vintage Io Sky with the chain as well. Dakota helping out. That was a good little spot. It was really cute. Although I was just always terrified when they were on top. Even at the end when Team Bianca were on the top, and then Becky and Charlotte shared the little tea time.
Yeah. They had that. That was a moment. That was Charlotte's first WarGames too.
Yeah, it was. Such a veteran too. And it was her first one.
Mm-hmm.
Good for her.
Yes, Io Sky's 5th, which is crazy.
Io Sky's 5th. The gear was absolutely on point for that match. Oh my God.
I strictly made eye contact with every performer in that match.
Yeah, from all the way. Did y'all hear Randy's hilarious yell? No, we couldn't hear anything we can't really hear a lot of the closer stuff that you guys got to hear like on screen. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch a lot of that because there's so much going on that we sometimes miss or we can't hear.
Yeah, between like crowd reactions as well. It was very loud in Chicago.
And also a lot of the CM Punk chants drowned out a lot of the stuff that was going on in the match. All I could hear was a lot of the CM Punk
and
chants.
the Seth Rollins chant as well towards the end. But again, throughout the whole show, there were CM Punk chants. There was a lot of people booing and shutting it down. Yeah. And then he came out.
I still can't believe it. Like, I watched it on my own phone and I still can't believe it.
It's so incredibly wild that he's back.
How loud were the Punk chants in person?
They were pretty loud.
Quiet.
And then people were booing the Punk chants that people were booing. It was kind of a mix of both. Once people started going on with the Punk chants,
Chicago was very biracial with their opinions on CM Punk.
There were a lot of RKO chants as well, and Dom, you suck.
Yeah. Before Dom even officially came into the match, we started chanting Dom, you suck. It was so funny.
I actually only sent positive affirmations to Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can do it, and I believe in you, and your father was wrong.
Eddie Guerrero, his dad?
No, his adopted father, Oscar.
Not Oscar.
Oscar.
That's his real name.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Raymond Mysterio.
Oh, Dom. But what do we think about that Intercontinental match
it was
with the
legitimately
Miz?
top 5 Miz matches of all time.
Honestly, yes. And
to
we need to continue the conversation about Michael Mizanin.
Lucha legend.
Seriously. Being one of the GOATs. The GOATs, honestly. Like, he really...
I will not stand for Miz slander.
No, I will not slam for it. I will not stand for it either.
That's why y'all are sitting. So that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
but we
were
cheering,
actually. We were cheering them.
That is very true. Miz got some loud reactions tonight.
I mean, I always cheer Miz, but I'm so glad that a lot of other people joined me in on that today.
I was all for the Miz and Mrs. fans, and there was somebody that also agreed as well. Again, Michael Mizanin really showed out. Like, I honestly think you might be trolling, but that is like a good match.
The Miz looked like he just completed wrestling school. Like, it looked good for a rookie.
Whatever he says is his opinion.
Yeah, Jerry Lawler created him that match in 2010.
You're gonna get kicked.
I meant that.
You're gonna get kicked.
I meant that.
Don't get this video.
I meant that.
She's gonna delete this live.
No, I'm not. It's doing numbers. It's great. Oh man, no, I thought the Miz was great. I like for a second was kind of hoping that he was gonna win, just for the reaction
So was
that
I.
he got.
No.
He would have been tied with Chris Jericho for the record for the most Intercontinental Championship
It doesn't matter how many
wins.
times you win it. That means you lose it.
I'm just saying he'd be tied for the record.
Oh, yeah, that number ain't even important. It's about Gunther. It's about that 500.
I mean, I still like Gunther a lot. I think he's incredible. Like, there's no denying that. I've been a Miz girl for a decade now. Like, I can't.
Gunther is main eventing night 1 of WrestleMania. I don't care if
it's possible.
I think that's possible.
It's possible.
I think it is possible.
I think it's Seth and Gunther. I don't care if Punk's back.
I was gonna say, like,
they did mention Chris Jericho. They did mention Chris on commentary. Wow.
Oh, Michael Cole said that on commentary.
I mean, it's true. It is true. Miz has 8. Jericho has 9.
But apparently, Michael Cole was dropping a lot of stuff on commentary tonight. They dropped about like how Cody invented another event in Chicago, and it was All In, the first All In. So, like, again, shout out to Michael Cole, the GOAT, the absolute GOAT.
They also made Blood and Guts, which is literally WarGames. I love Blood and Guts. I love AEW.
Oh, man.
Cole also put over Stardom huge, apparently.
We love to see it.
Shout out Stardom, bro.
We love to see it. What was I gonna say? I was gonna finish your thought.
About Michael Mizanin and the Lucha Legends.
Probably about Michael Mizanin.
Yeah, he's so Lucha that won her Corona.
No, it's not Gunther. Like, he could lose the IC going into WrestleMania. I would like to see him versus Seth Rollins, and he wins the World Heavyweight Championship, because he would look so damn good with that title. But now
we might be headed in another direction with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, now with Punk back, it might just be that.
I don't know.
Why is there balloons?
Somebody gave us balloons, I guess.
Thank you for the balloons.
I don't know how you do that.
I have no idea. We didn't touch anything.
Gunther will be Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, World Heavyweight Champion leaving WrestleMania 40 night 1.
I'm okay with that.
I will die on that.
Okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
So am I.
Seth and Punk at Mania, very possible with how things are.
Very likely.
Punk at Mania?
Yeah, possibly. Very likely.
Who's the kid is Al going to face if Punk isn't there?
Hey, DNC. Hey, D.
Hi.
DNC Digital. He's a good dude.
Shout out.
Big shout. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so next on the card was Rhea?
Santos.
Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee. I'm
still sad. I legitimately don't know if it was storyline that Carlito got written out of, or if he was like legit injured and like just couldn't wrestle. But I was like, great moment for Dragon Lee. Like, he's undeniably talented, but that would have been Carlito's first singles PLE match in 16 years. I was looking forward to that. And granted, Santos and Dragon Lee still did great, but like Carlito, like, I don't know if he's injured or something, but they changed it last minute.
They did still do a really great job with that match. Yeah. And Dragon Lee did get a lot of love from the crowd tonight from Chicago. But again, like, it's such a wonky story that LWO are telling. And I've said this before, especially on Know Your Role, the SmackDown after show on Buddy Slam, that they should have executed this or like right after Backlash, after the hype from Puerto Rico and with Carlito coming back. This would.
Accent on his name. That's not cool.
I mean, yeah.
Carlito.
I'm Puerto Rican, baby. But it would have been great to see him return, especially in a pay-per-view or premium live event with Randy being back. I mean, that's like a decade for me with like Carlito, John Cena, Randy, Edge, like that's very sentimental for me. So that would have been cool. But I mean, it was still a good match.
I was hoping Santos was going to be at the presser because there's been things that he might align himself with other people like an Electra Lopez, or is he going to go
Angel
solo?
Garza
Yeah, or is he going to go
from
solo?
Brits of
Mhm.
So that's something I wanted, like his next direction, his next moves, where he goes from here. Now that he's like,
I mean, where will he go?
Yeah.
He ain't losing Logan
you're just
Paul.
amused by Malcolm. Me too,
He's not
Billy.
losing. He ain't losing to Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's only for one. Only one man can beat Logan Paul. Yeah.
No, yeah, they did only get 7. Yeah, that was the shortest match on the card.
Yeah.
I felt like Rhea and Zoey was a little short
That
too.
was pretty short, but good on Santos for getting a win tonight. I
Mhm.
want to see. He did a really great job last week on SmackDown with his promo, and I want to see more of that.
Oh my god,
So-
guys, it's Cody Rhodes.
Oh my god.
Cody Rhodes, thank you so much. We just saw you. Alex made you cry.
You're welcome.
I made you cry earlier this year.
Cody,
so
I remember your promo from AEW. Thank you for ending racism. I greatly appreciate your contributions to my people.
So next up,
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night?
Finish the line.
Bitch.
Thank you.
Zoey Stark,
Yeah.
Charlotte,
Rhea.
Charlotte.
It's okay. I think about
Jeez.
Charlotte.
It
too.
is
That's my
12:54
girl.
a.m.
Just the
right now.
strongest of women.
That's my girl, so I don't blame you.
Just the
It's all
strongest-
good.
just the strongest of women.
It was a short match.
Cody goes, at least my team won.
They did.
They did.
I don't really believe that's.
Something tells me that's not the real Cody.
If you're the real
Um,
Cody, tell us your phone number.
Oh my god. Okay. So Rhea Ripley versus Zoey Stark. It was a match.
I mean, realistically,
I mean, like, I wish there was
Rhea's the champ. She
something.
should beat these scrubs.
I know, but like, what is Rhea with the title? Because Rhea without the title is the same thing,
Yeah.
you know. So
Nah.
it's like, for me, it's the match was good.
I
think
loved
that it
her
was,
gear and her look.
her gear, her
Yeah.
look, the makeup was
Mhm.
superb.
Mhm.
Also with Zoey Stark as well with her makeup, but I liked it.
No.
What? It's irritating. Okay. Mom didn't say that.
Whatever. But anyway, thoughts, Ella, on this match?
Man,
forgot what I was
I feel
saying.
like it should have gone longer. You know, Zoey Stark had pointed out before the match that Rhea was preoccupied with everything but Zoey, you know, Judgment Day, the
Mhm.
men's WarGames, keeping like Drew and Damian kind of together, even though they were like butting heads ahead of this. And I think you could see that throughout the match. You know, I think it had a lot of potential. I wish it had more time, honestly, because I think it could have been like a true banger. I just don't know where Zoey goes from here now that I didn't expect her to win. But I don't know.
I didn't expect her to win. I wish she looked a little stronger
Yeah.
tonight. Again, like, I love the stuff that they were playing into with
Mhm.
Zoey saying that, like, Rhea's not focused. She's more focused
Yeah.
on Judgment Day and like the rest of the guys. So I wish they would have played around
Mhm.
with that during the match, especially for Zoe's character. Like, again, like, it would have just been a really good show out for her if she did that. But yeah, where does she go from here?
Yeah.
But also, like, Shayna Baszler was slightly involved, so maybe we move on to that, because that might be,
I mean, Rhea was the one who dethroned Shayna in NXT.
there's history there, especially, yeah, exactly, there's a lot of history there. So I would hope that we move on to that, because I feel that that might uplift Rhea's reign right now, especially, again, like, playing around with the
We're
history
gonna
from
be heading
NXT.
into Rumble
I think Rhea's reign is
season.
fine. I mean, she's stomping out these scrubs. I mean, like, they don't deserve to be a champion, so she should stomp them. She does. That's her job. That's her goal. If you treat wrestling like it's a real sport, not like it's just a story about everything, it makes sense. She should stomp through these scrubs, as she should, like a dominant champion.
I agree with that.
Look at it as like a real sport and not like a little fairy tale.
That's fair.
She should stomp out these scrubs.
That's
It
fair.
is what it is. She
That's a
deserves. She
fair
deserves
point.
to stomp them out because she's better than them. Simple. She's built stronger. She hits harder. She moves faster. If I'm watching the UFC, I would assume that she wins because she's bigger than them, stronger than them, and faster than them. Why wouldn't she stomp them out? It makes sense. Look at it like a sport, not a fairy tale, and it makes sense.
You know, technically,
I see it as sports entertainment.
I see it as
and right now
sports.
I'm not entertained.
Well, I'm entertained.
I am entertained because
mommy
mommy does entertain me.
You know, and I know they're on different brands, but Charlotte technically never got her rematch against Rhea.
I mean, there's not really a brand split, so it can
That's
happen.
True. I don't know if it will, but they don't always honor title rematches because Randy never got, I don't remember what reign it was, but he never got a rematch. But
Yeah.
Speaking of Randy.
Go off, Queen. This is your moment to shine. Main event, WarGames, Judgment Day with Drew McIntyre versus the team of Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and the man, the myth, the legend himself, the legend killer, the Viper, Randy Orton. This is your moment to shine. There
was a match before Randy came out.
There was so much action before Randy.
I know, that's true. Drew and Jay went at
it. I mean, that was pretty big for him to come out.
It was.
He looked huge. Mm-hmm. He looked really good. Mm-hmm. But what did you think of the beginning of the match with Seth and Finn starting out? Was it Seth and Finn?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Seth and Finn, but there had been theories floating around that like Seth and Finn were going to start off, but then Damian Priest enters next and then cashes in Money in the Bank. Obviously that didn't happen. But I think Seth and Finn starting out felt right. You know, they had a lot of history going in there. Seth obviously has a big reaction. I don't get the angle of Randy coming back that late, like
because if he came out, no one would pay attention to the match. They would just be looking at Randy the whole time.
Yeah, I guess if he was
like Randy came out, I'm like, I don't care, but I'm literally just waiting until he comes out.
I mean, the angle was too that Cody was this like waiting on Randy to get there too was the angle, and he's like, he'll be here, guys. You know, trust me. You know, coming back for obviously, I was excited. You know, coming back to like a WarGames match after a back fusion though was obviously, you know, he had limited time in there purposely, limited kind of bumps going in there to kind of protect him. But oh my God, Randy Orton is back. We don't know what's going to happen. He was not at the presser, so we have like no info on like how he's feeling, his plans for the future, how long he plans on sticking around. Is he limited? Is he part-time, full-time? We don't know, so we're gonna have to tune into Raw.
I think he's gonna finish that story with Riddle. I think he's gonna finish that,
or maybe with Jey Uso, because there was a moment.
There was
a moment in WarGames where they acknowledged each other. Also, the moment there was a lot of really good calls to Dusty by Cody with this match, so that was very sentimental, especially to hear his thoughts about that during the press conference was really great. We got 2 RKOs. Okay, that one off the top of the cage. Add that to the history books of wild RKOs. I tweeted that out, but like, holy crap.
I know. I took video of it. I was like shook. The way they set that up was really good too.
Top 5.
Yeah, for sure. We got one out of nowhere, which was the first one, and then the one that was set up on top of the cage. So we got like, we ate.
I didn't get to absorb his win though because we had to leave right after. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch and be able to absorb that moment that then transitions into Punk returning. Like I don't know how they set that up. Like Punk just returned. Did it switch from like I think it was Cody's music playing because Cody got the pin, I think.
Yeah.
So did it just switch from Cody's music to Punk? How did they set up Punk's return?
Yeah.
That we don't know because we
then again, like the beginning of Punk's theme song is like the maybe there was something to play with.
Just Cody's music to Punk's.
We don't know. After this, we'll definitely watch it. But yeah, that's a fair point.
This is a good question. Do you see a cash in before the end of this year, or do you see it after Mania? I think honestly, with Punk back, with Randy back, like Drew's been on a tear. I don't. At this point with Damian, I think Damian's going to get like, I mean, Judgment Day is never going to be in the background, but Jamie and Priest cashing in is not going to be a priority right now.
It would have been great if he cashed in at WarGames.
I thought that was going to happen.
That would be like, maybe it would have felt a little overbooked to some people, but like, I don't think that they play around with that a lot. So Malcolm, you got the floor.
Something we don't really see with the Money in the Bank is like a time clock of how much time he has left to actually cash in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you let him like cash in like that week before Money in the Bank, everyone knows it's coming. But it's like the anticipation of seeing how he's gonna set it up. So like let him wait until like July or whatever, and cash in around then, because Gunther will be champion after WrestleMania, hopefully. And then I don't know if you win against Gunther, but
he started the music after the trademark. Wow,
cool. That's cool. What was it?
I just still can't believe Punk is back.
I can't believe it. It hasn't. I have not absorbed it just because like it happened when we were in the press conference. So it just happened when I personally I was a little distracted. For me, it was my first press conference. So it's just like to kind of, I was already absorbing being in that room. And when it happened, it was just, again, I have not actually processed it. And I've only seen a little bit of comments on it. So like, I haven't actually seen the moment again, like from Cody winning, they're, cheering, and then, hi, Wheezy Blonde.
Did you see my hat? You saw my hat
on? Also, hi, Jen. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it does that if you make a heart.
Oh, that's nice. Yay. Yay.
I don't know if you do it
but yeah, I have not seen it yet from Cody winning and the team raising hands, and then it cuts to CM Punk. So I've not absorbed it yet. So it feels like a fever dream.
Because
back.
We were so certain it was not happening. But that brings up another question. I think you asked.
I thought it was certain that he was coming back. I mean,
fair enough.
Personally, like, how can you not? I mean, like, it's CM Punk. He's one of the biggest stars in wrestling. It is what it is. Money.
Smiley! Thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, again, guys, if you're watching this on Twitter, YouTube, you're watching this on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So thank you so much again for watching us, especially so last minute. Right now in Chicago, it's 1 a.m. But Smiley, thank you so much for the super chat. If you guys would also love to send in a super chat, we'd like it. We'd love it. My people, I hope you all had a fun in Rosemont. Malcolm, congrats on your first press conference. Love y'all. And Malcolm absolutely deserved to be in that press conference. He's the best. Everyone here is the best.
Appreciate it.
We did a really good job.
Appreciate it.
We did a great job. But yeah, Punk being back just does not feel real. Again, like anytime a wrestling event is in Chicago, even way before CM Punk, like years before CM Punk came back to AEW, that's always been the chant. So it's always been the butt of a joke, right? Like whenever there's before any pay-per-view, whether it's AEW, WWE, sometimes Impact, sometimes New Japan, where on wrestling Twitter, someone tweets out that infamous photo of CM Punk at the airport, and it's like, breaking news, CM Punk sighting. So it's like, it's always the butt of the joke, but to actually see it play out in the year of our Lord 2023 in WWE after all the podcasts, the wedding controversies, everything is just so wild.
Money talk.
Money. Super chat. Thank you so much, Will, for the super chat showing love to my favorites. Wrestling is crazy. Wrestling's so crazy. And let's talk about how exciting it is to be a wrestling fan, always in this year, but now to cap off the year with actual proof that wrestling is getting good again. So, Punk is back.
Does AJ Lee return?
Yes. Royal Rumble, AJ Lee.
I thought Punk would never go back to WWE, so I guess, I mean, you can never say never.
Never say never.
I mean, I figure it would. I mean, Ultimate Warrior can go in the Hall of Fame, CM Punk come back to WWE. That was
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I really did not. I never saw
in the comments. Who do you want to see CM Punk face in this new run of WWE?
Yeah.
We're definitely getting Seth.
Now, I would like to, this is an unpopular one, and I already know it. I would like to pitch Logan Paul. There's an actual story there. Back when CM Punk went to the UFC, Logan Paul was one of the big people that called him out of actually wanting to fight him in a celebrity MMA fight. Now, obviously, I'm not saying you do an MMA fight in the WWE. That doesn't work out. We've already seen that before. But the opportunity is there because there's a lot to talk about. Logan Paul can make that boy famous more than CM Punk already is.
LA Knight.
There's stuff there. It works.
LA Knight, CM Punk and Gunther.
Definitely some good
you want
ones.
CM Punk get injured?
Hyper King Sonic Johnson, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm the biggest fan of WWE. CM Punk and Randy Orton return finally. That's definitely a match that I want to see.
I mean,
CM
they
Punk
had
versus
the whole Nexus thing when CM Punk was the leader of the new Nexus. Randy was feuding. I was at a Raw during that era. I remember that.
Oh God! But we were talking about, like, when we were walking out of the arena, we were talking about Randy's return and like what his schedule is going to be like in terms of like competing, if he's going to be part-time. So like, you know, if it could be, he might have like another year in him. That's what you said, right?
He said that.
You said that. Yeah.
I have no idea. We didn't get any. I was hoping he'd be at the presser. Maybe we'll get more info on Monday during Raw. Hopefully, I would assume he'd be on Raw. To get more info on how he's doing, what his plans are, if he's how his back is.
I would put
Punk on SmackDown
rush
too.
That Rollins stuff. Let Punk like get some wins in the Raw.
Punk in the tribal chief.
I think what happened. And if you guys missed it,
Punk in LA Knight.
So if you guys missed it on Twitter, at least from what we saw, like a lot of people were holding back Seth Rollins. He was not happy about CM Punk coming back, but I think that he does go to SmackDown. You keep him away from Monday Night Raw, keep him away from Seth Rollins just for a little bit. Let that simmer a bit, and then
if your plan is Cody and Roman for Mania, though, then who do you have? Do you have Punk and LA Knight?
So Roman Reigns isn't on SmackDown. He isn't. He won't be until next year. SmackDown Reigns is going in the toilet. You literally need a star. I mean, who's going to move a rating like CM Punk? He just does. I mean, like
Logan Paul's also on SmackDown.
Yeah, but he also doesn't show up that often.
Yeah,
I mean, like, let's just honest. Like, you don't have to like Punk. You can hate him. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But he actually does move numbers. It's factual. So, yeah, put him on SmackDown. Especially with Fox not really liking WWE's, like, movement right now. I think putting Punk on SmackDown would let them, you know, be a little happier.
CM Punk versus Roman Reigns is a good one. I kind of want to see Punk versus Cena one more time. That's actually a good one.
It's actually possible, too.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It could be possible. Punk versus Dragunov. Oh, that's a possibility. Punk going down to NXT, not for his official return, but just like he rocks in the main roster for a little while, and then to see him go to NXT to maybe, I don't know, win a championship. Does he win a championship? Like what?
Oh, definitely.
In there?
I think this is a guaranteed, like, WrestleMania within these next 3 years will be in Chicago. I think to not capitalize on that would be crazy to not have one of those nights of that man finally getting that main event in the hometown, because they will cheer down.
It was reportedly
they think he's a messiah.
I saw it was reportedly a 3-year deal. Yeah. I'm just going based off what I saw in my
WrestleMania
timeline.
43, there's 6 different WrestleMania main events. He can have one.
Yeah, I
see that
definitely
math I just
think
did there? Geometry. Algebra.
Period. Yeah, I don't know. What is the title that he goes for? What is the story that he's trying to tell with this next chapter?
I feel like there's so many moving parts. I mean,
Divas champion.
I don't know.
Period.
Roman's not going to be, I don't think he goes after a title right away. Knowing Punk, like, a title isn't going to necessarily, he's going to have some grudges. Yes. I don't know what they'll be, but there's going to be some underlying story that they bring back from like a decade ago that he's going to like go after somebody. I don't think he's going to go after a title right away. US title, like, they're going to bring back something from like
I think that is definitely a good possibility. Like, I think it could happen.
It's actually money. Like, you don't have to like either of them. There's justifiable reasons to not like either. It is actual money. To not do that is actually crazy. You don't have to like them, but it is money. And you know it, and you know it, you know it's true. Admit it. CM Punk versus Great.
I feel like I just been envisioning Punk and LA Knight right now, honestly.
The way he forgot about Omos. The way he goes, oh,
because I said Kali and like who else is tall? Oh my!
The way that you just like the glimmer in your eye.
Genuine. That was genuine.
Brock?
I know. That's why I was so.
Hear me out. Rumble Mania season's coming up. Somebody else is supposed to return around Mania season, being Brock Lesnar. Brock was the one to defeat Taker's streak when like Punk wanted to. So like Brock Lesnar might be a possibility. I don't know.
That's a possibility as well, because
It's
Punk
chips
does
that
like
happen.
to blur the lines a little bit.
CM Punk, the character holds grudges. Nothing is going to. No ship has sailed.
Yeah,
No
possibly.
ship has sailed.
I mean, there's also a huge match that can happen with Punk.
Punk and
around,
Rock,
like,
you
Triple
think?
H.
Punk and Rock, but also Punk versus Jade Cargill.
What?
The silence in the room.
I just
I
wasn't
thought you were being
ready.
serious. I'm like,
I wasn't
I'm waiting
ready.
for you to explain what you're talking about.
I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding.
Do you think Shinsuke Nakamura also referring to Punk?
I mean, yeah, that really
It's
has to
very
happen.
possible.
That's a definite one.
That's a
Yeah.
definite answer. Yes.
Yeah.
He's using GTS. Like, yes, that's probably the first feud actually.
Yeah.
So maybe he does go to Raw.
I think he has to.
This
hope
is
not.
so wild.
Like, what is going to
Like-
happen on Raw? You have CM Punk, and I don't know if Randy Orton's going to be on Raw, but he would have to be, though. They would.
What
True.
are the ratings?
Otis.
Like, what are the ratings going to be now
Give him
on
notice.
Raw, SmackDown? But I was saying this after the press conference where it's like, it's such a cool time that we're living in professional
Yeah.
wrestling to see, like, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, Ruby Soho, so many, Tony Storm, like so many
Chris
talent
Cross
in, just like them crisscrossing into like different promotions. Like, it's so cool. And that's something that we loved about like the Attitude Era sometimes, right? The
jumps
Monday
next?
Night Wars. Exactly. That's an exciting thing. Like, it's
Wardlow.
Punk's going to cut a promo on Monday and call out somebody. That's just how it's going to
it
be.
is. Like, that's really how it's going to be. So to see someone of his caliber coming back to wrestling after 7 years in AEW, coming back to AEW, like being a world champion somewhere else, and then to come back home, if you will. I mean, what is home for him? You know, I guess it's just
Chicago.
professional wrestling in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Mhm.
But to see him come back, like we left off with Punk's story in WWE more,
Him-
10 years ago?
2014,
2014.
January 2014.
Yeah,
Almost
honestly,
gonna-
it's gonna be 10
By the time he
years.
probably
Not
wrestles his
475.
first match back, it's probably going to be January, honestly.
Yeah, so there's so much to play around with Punk's return, and there's
I
so many
still
new
can't believe it,
names.
even though I watched it.
So is he not going to be the devil?
No.
Oh,
I think that
no.
rules that out.
Yeah,
He's not winning the Continental Classic?
No.
no.
I thought he was going to face Julia Hart for the title.
Sorry.
Julia Hart for the title.
TBS.
No.
TBH.
TBH, no.
TBA. To be announced.
Mm.
Maybe.
So he does go to NWA?
Oh, Millie, you have to go to Raw now on Monday.
Yeah.
You have to.
Where's Raw going to be on Monday?
Nashville.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities. I'm just saying we need Punk and LA Knight. I just need it. I need it.
I actually don't need it.
The
'cause,
interaction, at least, I would like.
I don't know if I want that because like LA Knight is either gonna cut Punk down and then it's gonna maybe like Punk less, or Punk is gonna cut LA Knight down. I'm gonna like him next or like him less. So I think they're both too good for each other.
I think LA Knight and CM Punk don't need to interact for a while. I mean,
Because LA Knight's version of talking isn't like MJF's where he can go tit for tat. LA Knight's is just like is boasting about himself with like little jokes. CM Punk's like, I'm trying to verbally like abuse you. Like CM Punk wants to like hurt your feelings.
It's actually
LA Knight just makes jokes.
It's actually Triple H coming out of retirement to face Punk.
chill. His heart.
I know, it's true.
It's actually Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement. The way I would die.
That man's heart.
It's not impossible.
Oh
It's not
man, yeah,
impossible.
it's really not
that's-
impossible.
So I have a question. Does CM Punk work the Saudi shows after what he said?
I don't know.
I don't.
Because he had a lot of things to say, and now he's just working for the company. They just announced the Saudi show on Survivor Series, and then he returns.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Does he enter the Elimination Chamber? I mean, yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Well, Elimination Chamber is in Australia.
Yeah. But that just popped into mind. But the Saudi Arabia,
I mean, he
really
blood
called
money,
it out.
and you say Miz was doing stuff. Can't repeat that.
How long does Punk remember his age? Yeah.
I think Punk shouldn't
He's
wrestle more than 5
46.
matches a year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be in a part-time deal.
Yeah,
I think
he's 46.
He needs to do what Edge did.
It's definitely
Mhm.
like possibly not
I mean, it's a 3-year
doing
deal,
house shows
apparently.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a 3-year deal, so it's not that long. But does
He's
he want to
44.
finish his
Am I
story in
thinking wrong?
WWE?
I guess.
You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I don't know.
he's like main
Money.
event. I mean, Hall of Fame
If CM Punk
material.
wanted to finish his story somewhere else, he would go there. It's money. This is a money business. Get your bag, dog. That's what he's doing. Get the bag. There's nothing wrong with getting the bag.
Now, is he
Get
gonna be a heel? You kind of have to be, honestly. I think.
And initially, no, but
Soon, yes.
we'll
for
see.
sure.
He's gonna cut some promo on Monday, and somebody's going to interrupt him.
And listen, the ratings
I would
are
personally
going to
do
be
Rollins
huge
before
because
current.
there were a lot when Punk came back in AEW. There were a lot of people that fell off
Yeah.
wrestling because Punk was no longer in it anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of people did fall off from it. When he came back to AEW, they came back to professional wrestling. Now that he's in WWE, people follow. Like, you follow your favorite wrestlers wherever they go,
Yeah.
whichever promotion they
Yeah.
go. The ratings are going to go up. The competition has just begun. It wasn't when he was in AEW. I think now the real competition has begun.
probably-
The real Edge is not cooking in AEW, but CM Punk will be cooking in WWE.
We'll see.
And I love
It's
Edge.
day one.
But it's just
It's
honest.
day one. It is probably going to be Punk and Rollins at Mania, but who do we get before that? That's the question.
Gunther and Rollins to me.
I don't think it's going to be Gunther.
Gunther needs to be world champion.
Oh, Gunther and Rollins. Yeah, I thought you meant Gunther and Punk. No
Oh,
way.
yeah.
No, he would chop him to
CM
dust.
Punk should face Braun Breaker. Oh, that's interesting. It could be Punk and
That's not
Nakamura.
terrible.
Honestly, it could be.
I don't know how you wait
I
out
could
to
see it.
WrestleMania though. That's a long time away.
Mhm.
Unless you
We
put
have
one
no
of the
idea what
brands.
happened on Collision yet.
Apparently,
We were
Edge
too busy.
stuck a pipe between Kill Switch's mouth and pulled it.
Huh?
Also, like what Edge? Yeah, what
Yeah.
happened to Edge?
I only
Oh.
saw that because
Yeah.
I saw a clip on Instagram.
Yeah,
I also could be wrong.
Punk and Sammy or KO. Punk and KO would be hilarious.
I would see
That would be-
that's promo styles that work because KO and Punk do promos where they're trying to verbally like tear each other
Yeah.
down.
Listen,
LA Knight's a funny guy.
actually,
And I love it.
the match I want to see, it doesn't even have to be a feud, just a match. I want to see CM Punk versus Kofi Kingston.
Weren't they tag partners?
Yeah.
yeah,
They
they
were
won the.
tag
I thought
champions.
about that
Yeah,
earlier.
they were
Yeah.
tag champions.
Tag
Yeah,
champions.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
We're gonna see like some backstage segments where he's gonna reunite or just bump into some old.
Having the stare
Yeah.
downs.
Yeah,
of
be like old
yeah.
friend.
People
yeah.
are like the stare
Stuff
downs
has
and the crowd's
changed.
going wild, and they kind of
Yeah.
have like one thing to say of like, "Good to see you," and walk
Yeah.
away.
I can't wait until like The Rock comes back randomly and then you hear Punk in background. Here's Dwayne.
Can you believe John Cena just left and then we get Randy Orton and CM Punk?
I personally would like to trade back, and I would take Cena and take your Punk and Randy. Yo, it's Cena. I mean, it's Cena.
I've always been more of a Randy girl,
But
personally.
Cena was the face.
No, I love Cena.
was
though.
the man.
Yeah.
Greatest
Yeah.
of
There
all
was a
time.
WrestleMania 26 poster where it had Team Cena on one side and Team Orton on the other. I had Team
26.
Orton up on my wall.
Of course.
I did.
did.
I did.
Yeah.
Punk versus Austin Theory.
I just
Don't
really-
say Punk and
And who?
Waller.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Okay.
What I was gonna say
that would
was,
be
It
entertaining.
would.
I mean the mic,
Yeah,
the
the
promo,
mic,
just
yeah.
for the promo
It'd be a
alone.
standard WWE match.
But
Yeah.
I was gonna
It's fun.
say for the promo and the match, Punk versus Carmelo Hayes. I would.
I don't see Punk. I mean, if
I would,
Carmelo
like,
comes up, I don't
eventually.
see Punk unless
Carmelo
for
has to
some
be
reason
heel.
he reforms like an NXT like
yeah,
faction.
Carmelo
faction.
has to be
Has to be
heel
heel.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
because they would boo him. Because I mean, like Carmelo is great,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but Punk is just. Well
Do you think Punk like go and works with the NXT people again and creates like a faction?
Why
feel
not?
I feel like that's a-
I think that
I feel
would
like
be.
that's a waste of his time. Honestly,
I think
Waste of his stuff.
I don't think he should do it right away. He's
Mhm.
got 3 years. That's something that
Punk
he can do
versus
when he's
Priest.
like 2.5
or
years. in,
is Punk
or
just going to be
something.
another opponent for the Judgment Day? No,
Nah.
I don't know.
No, I mean, this is the thing.
I have no
Who-
idea.
When we
This is a good
when we
question.
get into like the Roman Reigns stuff,
Mhm.
who really the exception of Punk and a little bit of Randy, who really is the one to dethrone Roman
Cody.
in that? Cody, sure.
The only answer is Cody.
Sure.
I could say
But do
Cody.
we have Punk dethroning Roman now?
I think it's a
'Cause-
marquee match that I respectfully, because I know he won't want to do it. That is such a Saudi main event. Okay, Saudi loves big main events. They do this in boxing all the time. They pitch the big main events, they get the big main events. That sounds like a Saudi pay-per-view main event, which is probably going to happen realistically. It is going to be awkward as hell, but it's going to happen in Saudi. I guarantee it.
It confirmed. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, SP3?
Hey, SP3
Hi.
in the house. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Cody is the person, but
Yeah, definitely Cody.
after Cody gets that,
So
he already had
now,
great opponents to
So
face.
now,
but, yeah.
originally,
Punk's a perfect
with
contender
Punk
for anyone.
coming back, though, it kind of like changes. I mean, it could change how things happen. But a lot of people were expecting Randy to come back initially as a face, but eventually turn on Cody and feud with Cody leading up to Mania, and then Cody moves on to Roman. But like Cody, and it went from Cody to Punk. There's going to be some interaction there. I feel like it went from Cody's
With
music
Cody
to
and
Punk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
think
With CM Punk coming back, I don't know what happened, which is a good thing. I don't know what happens now.
Cody
but
versus
like,
Punk is such like a post WrestleMania great feud. Like that's your SummerSlam main event. That's the next biggest match you can make.
but who does Punk feud with? I guess it would be Rollins.
Yeah, probably Rollins. But I mean, personally,
But if you're saying Rollins is going to dethrone, or
Personally,
Punk's going to dethrone
Gunther.
Rollins, I don't know.
personally, Gunther dethrones Rollins.
There's so much.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm willing to give it up for that moment.
Punk versus Rollins at Mania 40. Punk versus Cody at Mania 41.
And Cody wins at 40. I guess
Cody
has
has to.
Cody has to finish the story.
I can't.
Cody's winning in Philly. There's no question.
If Cody,
Yeah.
if Cody does not win in Philly, the only
no one
reason
wins.
the only reason they're doing that is so Roman can surpass he who should not be name's reign, which goes to September of next year.
Brother.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the only reason if Cody loses again is so Roman can get the second longest reign of all time.
I think if you just go to the first,
Which
he
is
beats San
ridiculous.
Martino.
I will say this:
Over 10 minutes.
if let's say hypothetically that is true, where they're saving it and Cody does not win at WrestleMania, Roman still
Such a
holds the
waste.
title till September. It would be a waste.
Yeah.
However, now that Punk's back and
Yeah.
Randy Orton is back, there's a lot more to focus on other than Roman
Yeah.
Reigns. And it's not to say that he isn't the big dog. It's not to say that we're not acknowledging him, but there's just so much more happening there now. And like we can't also like exclude the women with Jade Cargill coming in
Yo.
soon. So it's like there's a lot to look forward to in WWE outside of the story of who's dethroning Roman Reigns. That conversation, I feel at this point, is so 2021
Okay.
or 2022. Like now it's like there's more to look forward to.
Random prediction: if it's not Punk and Cody main event in SummerSlam, it has to be a women's match.
You mean Mania?
No, I said SummerSlam. I know what I meant.
SummerSlam.
No, I know what I said. So like, because like I would think like Punk versus Cody's like the big match you have after the Roman.
Okay,
match,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like if it can't be that, it has to be like Bianca Charlotte or Bianca
Mhm.
Jade or Jade
Mhm.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
One of those combinations
Yeah.
has to main
Yeah.
event SummerSlam. I know it's
Mhm.
pushing a lot on Jade quickly,
Yeah.
but did I do the thumbs up thing? Is that me that did that?
I think everyone did it. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Does everyone like my opinions? That's crazy. Thank you. I love you all. I don't know any of you, but I love you.
You probably have some.
You know
that
some
you.
people.
Yeah.
You know SP3.
Oh, I love SP.
Yeah.
Okay, I know someone. I know you guys. You guys are cool.
Everyone is cool. Everyone is cool. Okay. Let's wrap this up. Highlight of your weekend.
You don't even have to ask.
It's
Randy Orton returning.
Not asking Charlotte a question.
I mean, yeah, but like,
I mean,
you
this
gotta
isn't
understand.
her first press conference, so
Oh,
like
yeah, I
she's
forgot.
used to this. What was that phrase? For you.
I'm still thinking. Give me a moment.
Oh, you're still thinking.
It's you being right
Um,
about CM Punk.
I mean, definitely for me, Punk coming out, definitely a highlight of my weekend. Being a part of my first press conference was very huge for me, and I'm going to celebrate myself for that because
She has 2 questions.
Yeah, which is wild, and I wasn't even expecting to be in that room tonight, but yeah, that was cool. And also getting to hang out with you guys all weekend because it was a lot of fun.
I went viral. I made CM Punk's name trend 3 days before he actually came back.
You actually did.
I legitimately made that man's name trend, so I'm the reason that CM Punk came back. I would like 20% of whatever his contract is. So that's
also R-Truth returning was awesome too as well. It's been legit
Such
almost a
huge
year.
pop.
I think he's been gone since December of last year. It's been legit almost a year.
Yeah, Chicago really appreciates the arts when it comes to cheering for R-Truth.
I love that man.
And Michael Mazan and The Miz.
As they should.
Yes.
Lucha legend.
I mean, I think The Miz sucks.
No.
I mean, I like The Miz. I just think, like, he's not a great wrestler, but he's very entertaining.
You sound like Gunther.
Sorry, I sound like a goat.
I think for your next interview, you should gift Gunther a hat like that.
I will.
Oh my God, that'd be so cool. I think you really should do that.
Yo, you look good in this hat. Not this hat. This is my hat. I'll get him my hat.
But like, imagine the photo with the Intercontinental Championship. Oh my goodness. I'm manifesting that for you.
Mania 40, baby.
Rumble.
Or Rumble.
Rumble. Because he's going to win.
Gunther? Yeah, he's going to win.
Yeah.
Gunther and Jade.
He is.
Or Gunther and Miriam. No, I'm totally lying. There's no going around. She's not winning that. It's Jade. It's Jade. Or Bailey. I like Bailey.
There's some women free agents coming up in January.
No, it's fine. I really wasn't.
There's some women free agents coming up in January. I don't think either of them would win the Rumble, but there's 2 really big ones.
Yeah. Wonder what Jack Perry thinks about all this. Thank you for saying that, Firefly, over on Twitch. But I want to thank you all who are watching this on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sticking around. Thank you so much for the super chats as well. We spontaneously just jumped on and we're like, why not just go on live and talk about Survivor Series? So thanks for watching. I am Alex Lajas, Queen of the Ring. You follow me. There'll be socials down below very soon. Plug yourselves, guys.
Ladies first.
You can follow me on Twitter, not that other thing, at It's Ella J. If you go to the link in my bio, all my links to all my projects and podcasts are all in there in one convenient place.
My name is Malcolm. You can follow me on Malcolm X at Malcolm Muscle. You can follow me on YouTube, Muscle Man Malcolm. I am the greatest, and I mean greatest, wrestling interviewer to ever live and breathe oxygen. You can also follow me on Instagram, Malcolm Muscle, TikTok, Malcolm Muscle, and only subscribe to me.
Well, you could subscribe to me as well, especially if you're watching this on YouTube. Subscribe.
He's gonna unsubscribe now.
Thumbs up this video. Hit the bell's notifications. And we'll see you guys very soon. Thank you guys for joining us. Goodbye.